Alright, so today we're going to talk about doubles, and the double strikes are not when you start striking twice. It's more of when you strike in the same, off the same side twice. So we have to distinguish between these type of strikes, which is more of like a strike and a counter or just a block and a counter, than when we do the doubles. In this case, doubles is when you repeat again the same side. Now, when can you use this? Normally it's when, for example, you combine one redirection. For example, let's say that you redirect and here you charge and then you strike, or striking the strike, charging again, and striking the same side. So again, it's not that you're striking necessarily twice. It could be that you're blocking in once and then striking in the same angle. But yes, sometimes you are actually going to attack the same side twice. And I know it sounds kind of counterintuitive because you're probably wondering, well, what happens if you strike, but the other person naturally will cover that side. Well, for that, you can also use that in combination with different heights, meaning, yes, you feign or you actually really strike that side and the person blocks it, and then you charge, and then you strike lower, for example. So we have to distinguish those two different things, okay? As I said before, what is a blocking and a counter in a different angle than what is a double strike, which is what we're going to see, okay? So you probably have seen this a lot, and yeah, it looks cool, but to be honest, I don't think that this has a lot of power. So all the power as usual will come from your footwork. So a little hint. So if you're in long range, obviously you can take advantage of your distance and then you can get away with that just by using your strike twice. But as much as you can, you have to incorporate your body mechanics, and that is especially true when you are too close. When you're close, then there's nothing you can do. This will not do anything at all because you cannot generate enough power. To compensate for the lack of distance, you have to incorporate again more of your body mechanics, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So, two different twists. You probably have seen that in one of the basic videos in which I discussed the big twist in which you go back and forth between one heel up and the other one down. Okay, like this, striking, and then you go back and switch heels, and then the small twist in which, yes, you do a big twist in which you again switch between one heel up and one heel down. But now look at what happened now. I just don't move my heel up. I just twist over the ball of a foot here to charge and then striking. Now, why is this so important? It's not only to generate more power, but it's also useful because chances are that you're going to hit your face. Now, if you go a little bit quick, you're going to realize that this is closer to your face. Now, if you bounce because you actually strike something, chances are that that is going to get even closer to your face. So to avoid that, I want to do it in front of you. It's best if you focus on the body mechanics first. So, first exercise, you're going to do the big twist, meaning heel up, heel down. One, switch the heels, and then go back and strike all the way through. One more time, 1, 2. In this case, when I charge, I'm almost sideways here, and then I strike. So one more time, 1, 2, 3. If you do it a little bit quicker, 1, 2, 3. That's it. So the first one, you strike, you twist and charge, and strike all the way through. If again, you are closer, you don't have the luxury, because in this case, instead of striking all the way through and extending my arm, now let's say that the person is here, then obviously I have to take advantage of my mechanics. So I really have to emphasize this twist. Now, not to worry, but you can no longer use this 1, 2, and 3 motion, because that switching back and forth between heels obviously will delay everything. So that's where the small twist that I was discussing before comes in handy. In this case, 1, 2, 3. Super slow, pay attention to the heels. One big switch between one heel up and the other one down. Charge, I'm just using the ball of the foot and all the way through. So if I'm in front of you, 1, 2, 3. One more time, 1, 2, 3. That way, you can generate quick power without actually needing to go back and forth. Got it? Now, that is off of this side, abierta. What happens in cerrada? Look, 1, same thing. If I'm in long range, 1, switch back all the way through. So I'm gonna repeat, striking, coming back, kind of as if you were going to protect against the strike, and thrusting, in this case, cutting all the way through. Make sure that you always make contact, as usual, as I always say, with the part of the blade that would hit, meaning once I'm here and I go back, I have to strike with this side. Okay, quick guide, always pay attention where your fist is towards, and if you're attacking a person who's there, the fist should be pointing the face of the other person. In this case, if I'm facing you, the fist should be facing you and not the side, okay? So if I do it in front of you, 1, 2, 3. One more time, 1, 2, 3. And again, this is long range, 1, 2, 3. One more time, 1, 2, 3, okay? What happens when you are in shorter range? Same as before, you don't have the luxury of extending your stick. That's no longer a possibility. So for that, again, if a person is here, you strike. Now, this is already elevated. So what do? I twist over this leg and I go all the way through. So I'm gonna separate myself just in case. 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3. One more time, slow. 1, 2, 3. Over the heel, the top of your foot. 1, 2, 3. So if I'm in front of you, here, 1, 2. Make sure that you're sideways so you don't hit your head, and all the way through. A little bit quick. 1, 2, 3. All the way through. 1, 2, 3. All the way through. Got it? Now, obviously, it's a little bit easier once you go striking in this direction. Got it? But what happens when you have to strike the middle? So we're going to cover that. In this case, let's say that I'm going for the ribs. Striking is going to be the same in the beginning. If I'm in long range, switch the heels, charge on this side, switch the heels, all the way through. So I'm going to repeat, 1, 2, 3. One more time, 1, 2, 3. Now, if I'm on this side, 1, 2, 3. Same as before, as I said. In this case, if you are in long range, you can, that doesn't mean that you have to switch back and forth to generate more power. Plus, you probably will be using this to deflect a different attack, for example. Let's say that you strike, the person blocks and decides to attack, you block, and you go all the way through, right? So for those reasons, yes, you can use the switching back and forth between one and the other one. But you can also incorporate that little twist in long range. You can do this and go a little bit quicker because that's more efficient than switching back and forth between one heel and the other one, meaning you're moving your body weight. Okay, so what happened in short range? I'm gonna go back to these. Short range, now I'm kind of forced to do it as small as I can because I don't have that, again, extension. 1, 2, 3. Same as before, everything depends on your body mechanics rather than on your extension. So you have to make sure that you don't switch back and forth, but over the foot that is already elevated. So I'm gonna repeat, big switch back and forth, but you don't switch anymore. You just pivot over your top of your foot, okay? Ball of your foot, sorry. From the side, same thing, you twist one time, big one, so you can generate enough power, but other than that, you can just pivot over the ball of your foot and go back all the way through. 1, 2, 3. And repeat here. 1, 2, 3, all the way through. So we have long range. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Shorter range. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's it. Okay. Now, obviously, we have covered the equivalents of 1, 2, 3, and 4. What else do we have? Let's actually go with diagonal so we can finish with the regular strikes, and then we can focus on the thrust a little bit later. So we have the 8 and 9. Remember, same thing, striking, bringing back, and all the way through. One more time. 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3. All the way through. From the other side. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to repeat from the front. 1, 2, 3. I lower my body first. 1, 2, 3. That's it. If we're in short range, same as before, you twist once, but then everything depends on you pivoting. One more time. 1, 2. One more time. 1, 2. On the other side. 1, 2. One more time. 1, 2. That's it. We have covered diagonally down, down, center, center, and then diagonal up, up. Now, what happened with the thrust? Well, technically, it's not very useful to do this and this, but you can combine that with other strikes, meaning you can do a, let's say, we can do a thrust to, for example, the chest on this side, striking, charging back, and follow with a strike. So again, 1, 2, one more time, 1, 2. Same from the other side, 1, 2. I can thrust, and then I can go all the way through. Again, thrust all the way through. I can actually do the opposite. I can strike with a regular strike, switch, and come back with a thrust. Same from the other side, here, come back, and come back with a thrust. I'm gonna repeat. Regular strike, come back, thrust. Regular strike, come back, thrust all the way through. You can repeat the same on the other side. So you can actually do 3 and 4, same thing. You can strike, come back, thrust, attack, regular strike, come back, thrust. Or you can do the opposite, thrust, come back, strike, thrust, come back, strike all the way through. Same thing with the balls. As you probably know by now, I actually don't think it's very useful to attack striking, doing a thrust to the legs. And in this case, you're gonna go to the balls, striking, go back this way, or attacking, go back this way. But no to the legs again. In this case, when we're gonna go so low, it makes just more sense to strike the balls rather than anything else. Okay, so that covers it. Pretty much everything regarding the regular strikes. Now we're going to talk about different heights. As you see, everything is pretty much on the same side and on the same height. But what happens when you attack different heights? Then you can obviously be more strategic about it. Let's say that you feint or you strike up and then you cover down. Same thing, 1, 2. You just need to adjust all the twists that we are talking or discussing about to the different heights. So if I start here and then I charge, but I go low, I have to go lower and then I can strike. As I said before in the video, sometimes I actually like to switch it up and doing a regular horizontal strike to the head rather than continuously practicing 45 degrees down, but you can do both. You can try that. The only thing that I would say is that obviously there's a difference between doing this, look, and 45 degrees angle, switching and then coming back 45 degrees down, then going horizontally, going to the side and then going horizontally again. But you can actually even switch between angle 45 degrees, center, and go all the way through horizontally. Got it? Try with both and see how it feels. The same for different heights. Now we have 1, charge, go low. 1, center. We can switch to the other side. 1, center, up, low. Got it? We can also switch from bottom and up. You start low, switch here, go up. 1, 2. Again, 1, 2. You can do this, switch, and go all the way through. Got it? You can play around between different heights, and then you can also play around between different angles of attack. As I said before, you not always have to respect that 45 degrees angle down when you are attacking the head. You can do straight horizontal rather than going back to your regular 45 degrees to the head and you're straight to the middle of the body. Same goes for the middle of the body. Obviously, if you strike the middle of the body, you don't have to be always constrained to the horizontal strike. You can strike up here all the way through, up and down, going up to the head. So again, I would say, start thinking about all the combinations that you think of and combine them. Just go low, go high, go low, go to the middle, go to the middle, go high, middle, and middle changing angles, and be creative. This is not about setup. The most important thing, specific setup. This is more of make sure that you understand the benefits of twisting quick over the foot that is already up versus switching back and forth between one leg and the other leg, because yes, that will definitely incorporate more power, but it will delay everything. So as usual, train as many times as possible and stay safe, and see you in the next video. Push.